In this video, I'm going to create a ref scheduler database on the local machine using the Windows version of ref scheduler, and then I'm going to upload that database to the web and use the web version of ref scheduler on a structurally sound website to edit that database and then download it. And the purpose of the video is just to show how to create a ref scheduler database using the Windows version. And we're also going to set up the email in the Windows version of ref scheduler to use the Gmail account that I already have, and send emails to the refs from the Windows version through Gmail and send the refs their schedules that way. Now you might ask, why do I want to use the Windows version? Well, you don't have to. You're fine using the web version and just keeping your database up there and keeping it simple. But the purpose of this video is to show you how to use the Windows version. The Windows version has a little bit more dexterity in manipulating the databases. And why would you want to use it? You might want to download your database just to keep it safe for storage. And you might want to edit it down here and predefine the games and put people on them and then load it all up at one time. But you could just use the web version, or you could even just use the Windows version and send all your schedules out via email using the Windows version, or you could use both. So the purpose of this video is to show how to use the Windows version to create a database. So let's go ahead and get started on that. And so here we are in the Windows version, and we opened the existing database, or the last database we were in, which is refscheduler.mdb. That's the database that is opened when the program is installed. And we have the refs, the schools, leagues, teams, sites, games, and assignments. Now you might want to watch the previous video of making a ref scheduler database using the web version, because I'm going to refer back to that video. Well, basically I'm going to create the same database with the same substance in it, the same items in the subject list, and there's some explanations there about teams and how teams are defined. Basically, I'll go over it again here. Teams are defined by, they're associated with these three subject lists define teams, and the teams are associated with a organization, be it a school, club, whatever type of organization, a church, a business, a bar. And then the leagues are the various levels of play. Like, for instance, in schools, they'll have boys JV, boys varsity, girls JV, girls varsity. That's the age or level of play. In a club, they might have U10 boys, U10 girls, and U14 boys and girls, and so forth, adult leagues. And then the teams would be defined by the club they're in, the league they're in, and then they may have a nickname if there are multiple teams in the same league in the same club. Like Club A may have 6 U10 girls teams, and then the teams would have a nickname like Lions, Tigers, Bears, Eagles, Pirates, Reds, Blue team. So that's how the teams are defined. So let's go ahead and create a new data. Well, I also want to go over these, the preferences. The database has a preference here, a preference definition that is unique to the database, and like this is a basketball league, and its organization type is school, And there's all, but that is unique to the database. Each database has its own set of preferences. But the program preferences is for the Ref Scheduler Windows program, and that is one set of preferences that is used for all databases on this local machine using this program, Ref Scheduler Windows version. So for instance, the email address that the emails are sent for through Gmail, and the password, and where the databases are stored are set in the program preferences, and that stays constant regardless of what database I have opened. So let's go ahead and create a new database, and we'll go with test. I could type any text in here, but we'll go with test 1, and that already exists, so it's saying I'm going to blank it out, delete everything in it, and start fresh, and I said okay. So it asks us for our program preferences, so we're going to go with softball and schools, and we'll go with the title here of softball league. And so now here are our subjects, and we're going to use the quick add form to put the subject items in the subject lists, and we'll make a database just like what was made in the video for the web version. So we'll go with Jim Miller, SSSS, test 123 @gmail.com. Bob Thomas, Ted Martin, Don Potter. Add those 4 refs. Okay, schools, same schools we had in the web video. S1, S2, S3, add, so 3 schools. The leagues, same leagues we had, so we'll go with girls varsity, girls JV, boys varsity, boys JV, add. Now we could have typed in any text in here if we wanted to. We could have put under 10 girls, or we could select like we did from this list of predefined leagues. So then we go with the teams. Now we could add teams for a particular organization, in this instance a school, so we could add like girls JV blue team, girls JV red team for school 1, but we're just going to add the leagues we've defined for over here for the schools we have. So we have 3 schools and 4 leagues, and so that'll be 12 teams. So we'll add those teams, add a team for each league of the type of league we selected. Okay, 12 teams for each school, I mean that was. Now we'll go out and make the sites, and the sites are either general game sites or they're private game sites owned by a particular organization. Like school 1 might have 3 softball fields. So we'll go ahead and add those. School 1, field 1, school 1, field 2, school 1, field 3. The sites have to have unique names, so that's why I put the school in there. I could have said Valleys Field 1 or any title I wanted, but I use this convention here. So I added those 3 sites. Now we'll add a general game site. Clear those out. Community Park, and that is usable now by any of those schools because it's general. So when it comes to scheduling the game, if the home team is either school 1, 2, or 3, they could all select Community Park if they wanted to. But only school 1 would have school 1, field 1, school 1, field 2, school 1, field 3. So we added that, and now we'll do some games. Now, we right now have all the teams available, but we want teams to play each other within the same league. So we're going to subset our available teams to girls varsity, and we'll have school 1 play school 2, school 2 play school 3, and school 3 play school 1, and we'll have that Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, and we'll go with 5 o'clock. So we'll add those 3 games, and we'll do the same for the girls JV. School 1 plays school 2, school 2 plays school 3, school 3 plays school 1. We'll have the same dates. We'll change the time to 3 o'clock. And, oops, what was wrong there? This game here was supposed to be school 2 plays school 3. So we will clear that and add school 2 playing school 3 on the 13th. At 3 o'clock. Okay. So, alright, and then we'll do the boys varsity. And so we currently have 6 games to find over here. Boys varsity, school 1 plays school 2, school 2 plays school 3, school 3 plays school 1, and we'll have that at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock, add those, 3 games added, and the JV games. School 1 plays school 2, school 2 plays school 3, school 3 plays school 1. I'll do that at 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock. They're on different days, so we'll add those. Okay, so we have our games, we have our subject list defined. So we'll close that, and we have our games. Okay, so now we want to set up our email through Gmail password. So I'm already in that Gmail account here. And in order to get a new password, just to show how to get that password, we are in our Gmail account and we go here. No, I don't want that. I want this account. And we'll go to security And we'll go down here to two-step verification is on, and the app passwords. Now I already have one set up for Ref Scheduler, but we're going to demo how to set that up. So we say app passwords. No, Google wants to verify that it's me, so it would send a text to my phone. I'm going to delete the one I have out there already for refsketch.exe in this computer. And so then I'll say refsketch.exe, and I'll generate a password. I'll cut that password, and now I'll go into the program preferences. Oh, I have two. I didn't close that instance of Ref Scheduler. Okay, so we'll put the password here, and we'll test the email. And it said it was sent with no errors. Go out to our Gmail account, and we'll close this security page, and we'll go here and we'll see that our test email was received, and it was sent from this SSS test 123 Gmail, and it was sent to that just as a test. So we'll read it. Testing Ref Scheduler's ability to send emails through this account. Okay, fine, we'll delete that. And this was a message from Google saying we had deleted our password previously, and so we're fine with that. So the Gmail seems to work. So let's go to the Ref Scheduler Windows version. Okay, so we'll close that, and now we'll go to the refs, and we want to send a schedule just to show that it's working of one of the refs. But we're using the Ref Scheduler Windows version on the local machine, and we are the user. There's not, okay, and we have access to the whole database. When I upload this to the web, the user who logs in is either an assigner who has access to the whole database, and he can add, edit, or delete any of the subject items in the lists, or he's a regular ref who can just see his schedule, and he can't, and the regular refs can't edit the database, they can't add games, they can't add or delete refs or schools or teams. So we want to set this up so that it's good to go when we upload it to the web version. So we're going to go in here, and we're going to make sure Jim Miller has a email there, and we're going to make sure he's the assigner. We're going to give him a password. Okay, we're going to save him, and then we're going to go into each ref and make sure they have a password so they can log in. And we'll go to the other refs, and just using their name for a password. Okay, now to show that emails can be sent from the Ref Scheduler Windows version, we're going to go out here and email to refs a text schedule, and now we're going to go with all those options so it shows us everything. And we're going to select Jim Miller. It says, do you want to mail the text refing schedule to Jim Miller at that Gmail address? Say yes. So it said it was sent, and it was completed. So it was sent from this Gmail address, and it was received by Jim Miller's email address, which is the same address. It didn't have to be. This could be any address. This could be jimmiller@yahoo.com, sam at .net.com. So it could be any email address. So, but this is just an example, so that's what we're doing here. So we'll go up here, and we'll go to the inbox, and we'll see that Jim Miller received his we didn't do the assigning yet. Okay. So let's delete that. He's not assigned anything. Okay, we don't have the games assigned to anybody. So normally we would go out here to a game, and we would put Jim Miller on that game and Don on that game. We'd save it. And we could change the home team site. Now see, S1 is available here because the home team is S1. The community park is available. But if we looked at a different game where S2 was playing S3, then the home team site's available, or the game site's available. Yeah, the home team site is only community park, which is a general site available to any of those schools, S1, 2, or 3, or the home team site, and that's all that's available. But the S1, 2, and 3 are not available because the home team is S2. So we'll close that. So right now we only have one game assigned with refs on it. So we'll just go in here and set the assignments, and we'll auto assign. And so we got everybody assigned. Say, okay, these guys are all assigned now. Now when we email Jim Miller his schedule, refs, text, and we'll email to Jim Miller. Say okay. It says you want to send it. Yes. It was sent, and one ref scheduler was sent of the refs you selected, which was one. Say okay. Now let's go out to the Gmail and check that it's there, and there it is. And now he's got a schedule of games. Okay. So we've made the database, and we've set up the Gmail, and we emailed a schedule to a ref. So now we want to close that, and remember it's test 1 database. So we'll close that, and then we'll go up here to the web version of Ref Scheduler. I happen to be logged in now. I'll log out, and we got this database chapter by requesting it, and I'll go over that again. We started here on the Structurally Sound website. We went to the About for Ref Scheduler. We went to the trial database and requested a database, chapter database, and we defined our organization type, which could be changed as soon as we get in there, and change the preferences, changeable in preference. We put our email, and we requested a trial database, and we got a database set up, and we got a chapter code, and it was emailed to us. And so we came up here, and the one I got was RS127. And so I'm going to go into the database as ref assigner. When the database chapter was set up, one ref was added, and that was ref assigner. So we'll log in, and there he is. And everything else is empty. There's no schools, no leagues, no teams, no games, no sites, no assignments. So we'll go in there and look at the refs, and there's ref assigner. So we're going to import the database that we made on the Windows version. So we'll go out here, we'll choose the file. Now it's going down to the local machine, and we're telling it we want test 1 from the local machine. And then we're going to say import the data. It's saying, you sure you want to import the data? That means that you're going to clear out everything in this current database chapter. Ref assigner is the only thing in there, and that's going to be cleared out. But if you had a bunch of games, they would all be cleared out, all your refs would be cleared out. And import them with the database that you have, that you just selected on your local machine, test 1. And I'm going to say yes, go ahead. So now it did. And it said it pulled in 4 refs, 3 schools, 4 leagues, 12 teams, 4 sites, 12 games, 24 assignments. Now let's go look and see. Okay, those are the refs we defined. Jim Miller, let's look at him. Yeah, he's the assigner, or he has assigning privileges. Let's check out Don Potter. Okay, he's just a regular ref. He does not have assigning privilege. Okay, let's go up here and view. We're back at our refs. Let's look at our schools, the S1, 2, 3. The leagues, that's what we defined, the 4 leagues, boys and girls, varsity and JV. The teams, we defined 12 teams. And like we could subset that by maybe girls varsity, and that's going to show us the girls varsity. Show all of the teams. Then we'll go to the sites. We had 4 sites. The games, we had 12 games, and there they are. And the assignments, and we had 24 assignments, and there they are. So now we're going to edit this database up here on the web, just as a demo, and we'll go in and add some more games. So we'll add the games, and we will, it says up here, new game. So that means we're adding a game. We could select the existing games and change them, edit them, but we're going with a new game. Now we want to limit the teams to a particular league, so that right now all teams are available, and we don't want teams in different leagues playing each other here. So we're going to say girls varsity teams, and we'll select S1 playing S2, just like we did before, only we're going to do this again. They're going to have a second game on the 18th, and we could tell them a particular field. Yeah, let's say S1 field 1. Now that was available to school 1 because it's the home team. The community park is available to everyone because it's general game site, but these are private game sites owned by school 1, and school 1's the home team here. So we'll put a couple refs on this game. We'll put Jim Miller and Don Potter, and then we'll add the game. And it said fine, it added that game. So I want to go here and create another new game. It's limited to girls varsity. We'll say school 2 playing school 3, and school 2 only has community park and its home team site. We'll just go with the home team site, and we'll put a couple refs on that game, Bob Thomas and Ted Martin. And so we'll add that. Hope that ref is not available. He's on another game at that time. Okay, we'll change the date. Oh, that's right. We wanted to make it the 19th. So we'll make it the 19th, and we'll add that game. This is fine. Okay. So now we'll go back and create another new game, and we'll have the third game be S3 playing S1, but we want to set that up for the 20th, and we'll put Jim Miller and Don Potter on that one, and so I said it was fine, it was added. Let's go view the games. And now we see we have 15 games. And these last 3 games we just added. So now we're going to export that database and download it to the local machine so that we can look at it with the Windows version of Ref Scheduler. So we'll just double check that it's going to go to the assigner. So Jim Miller is the assigner, and this is his this is his Gmail address. So it's going to get mailed there. It's going to get written out to an Access database and mailed there, and then we're going to download it from there. So we'll go here to the export. We'll say export it. It says it doesn't have an email address. Oh, we're still logged in as Ref Assigner. We want to log out and log in as Jim Miller because he's the assigner on this database. So we have RS1 27 Miller Jim login. Okay. Export to Jim Miller at this Gmail address. Fine. It sent it. Let's go see if we got it. We're here in Jim Miller. Right now we have his refing schedule that we sent earlier. Let's just delete that. And here's the downloaded database. Gmail's giving us a warning. It doesn't know that email address. So we're going to download the database, and we're going to put it in softball league. That already exists, so it added this one paren, but we want to override it there. We could save it as a unique name that doesn't exist, but we'll go ahead and override it. Do you want to replace it? Yes. So now we're going to go down to our local machine, restart Ref Scheduler Windows version. It's going to open the last database that it had opened, which was test 1, the one we created with 12 games, but we added 3 games up on the web. So we're going to say open an Access database, and we want to open the one we downloaded, Softball League. And it's saying here you got 4 refs, 3 schools, 4 leagues, 12 teams, 4 sites, and 15 games and 30 assignments. And I'll say okay. Now it's showing us the games. So these are the 3 games that we added, the 18th and 19th and the 20th, and we put the site to be S1, F1 there, in the first game there. We put those refs on the game. Excuse me, and those are the schools, the leagues, the teams. See, they don't have a nickname because they don't need it. They're uniquely defined by the combination of school and league, the sites, the games, and the assignments. So that's a demo of using the Ref Scheduler Windows version and creating a database there, and setting up the Gmail, then uploading the database to the web, the Structurally Sound website, and using Ref Scheduler web version to edit the database, add some games, and then downloading it. And so that's it for making a Ref Scheduler Windows version of the database. So thanks for listening. Have a great day.